All right, going live on here.
Oh.
But there we go. What's up, everybody? It is your boy Big Daddy Mo chilling over here with EL-SCRIBBLER.
Yeah.
All right. So Venom, the new Venom, Last Dance, and came out this weekend. I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be number one at the box office easily. But hey, let's talk about Kraven the Hunter right quick because this Spider-Man Sony verse, the shit is ass. How is it that this shit? You know what's crazy? Hold on, this shit is ass, and it's probably gonna make more films and probably more money than look at
Marvel?
the DCEU.
Well, the DCEU and Disney's Marvel right now.
Uh-huh.
Because Disney Marvel spends.
Disney's Marvel still shit. Deadpool and Guardians alone. You know?
Yeah, out of how many films they made that were flops, like literally those two films are the only things that are carrying, like are making them break even on their other films.
And Guardians is over, and Deadpool and Wolverine. There's a rumor that we're getting. I doubt it. Another Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
I highly doubt it.
I doubt it. They're too old to continue that.
Absolutely, yeah, dude. Fucking Ryan Reynolds is 48.
Yep, and to think
I keep thinking he was like 36
when he was in his 30s.
I thought he was 36.
Yeah, when he was in his 30s, when the first Deadpool leak came out. That's when he wanted to start Deadpool. We could have had Deadpool for 20 some odd years.
They dropped the ball on that one.
Yep.
But Kraven the Hunter, what are you thinking about this movie?
Truth is, it looks interesting. It does, but because they got Russell Crowe and
Aaron Taylor Johnson, like, come on, bro. That's my boy.
And Russell Crowe, especially recently, it's hit or miss. Like he'll either have something that's good or something that it's just nobody cares for.
Hold on, so you ain't like what's that movie? Unhinged? You ain't like Unhinged?
No, I did enjoy the Pope's Exorcist though.
You know what's crazy? Didn't he do 2 of those movies in like the last 2 years?
I think the second one hasn't come out yet.
No, not a second one. I'm talking about like completely different movie, but the exact same thing. An Exorcist movie.
Most likely. You know, when actors get up in age, they start really just doing nonsense roles.
Absolutely. I mean, he's not homie fat now. He's just been fat.
Yeah.
I think the last movie that he did that was actually kind of big was Man of Steel.
Was what?
Man of Steel. Like a big movie for him. Yeah.
Yeah, even though I didn't like it. Yeah, that was a huge one for him. Everyone loved that he was there.
Honestly, it's crazy because the best people in the movie was Michael Shannon, Kevin Costner, and Russell Crowe. Yeah, bro, I like the fathers and the villain better.
Kraven the Hunter looks good. I mean, I think they're trying to jump on the tail end of the Venom bandwagon.
Yeah.
Because Venom's possibly out. And they need something new because Madam Web didn't do it.
He was in the Mummy.
Well, Into the Spider-Verse, I think, is their good Spider-Man that they've got going, and Venom. Everything else, the Morbius, the Madam Web, yeah.
So, sorry. In 2023, in 2023, he did The Pope's Exorcist. That's the one you watched?
Mm-hmm.
And that was last year. This year, he did The Exorcism. 2 different movies. Both Exorcist shit. What the hell? That is great. I can't wait to see what he got next. But my bad, continue.
Yeah, but it's like they're trying to find something new because Madam Web didn't work. Morbius, of course, didn't work. What else did they have?
What's up, Luke? You said Morbius, Madam Web. I think that's it. I think the Morbius, Madam Web, and then the Venom movies. That's the only thing they got so far.
Into the Spider-Verse, of course, is
that's Sony. Huge. It's Sony Animation, but that's Sony. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a huge success. They're Spider-Man working alongside Disney. I think because they've been saying for the longest time that they're backing out Spider-Man from Disney, only for Spider-Man to end up in another Disney movie.
Because we got Spider-Man 4. It's official coming out the 26th.
Yeah, but is that Disney affiliated?
It's Tom Holland affiliated. I hope it's not Sony. If it's a Sony movie, it's gonna be fucking horrible.
Yeah, because literally, if you think about it, the only thing, and I know we're supposed to continue on to Venom, but the only thing that made
It's
that,
Spider-Man is Venom. Let's be real.
yeah, the only thing that made that film, Disney at that point, the No Way Home, right?
Far From Home, No Way Home. Which one
Yeah,
with
the,
all three Spider-Man?
all the three Spider-Mans
No Way Home, yeah.
was
Was Doctor
Doctor
Strange?
Strange. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it. If there was no Doctor Strange, it's literally a Sony film. They could easily BS some other thing to make it say, "Oh, we have the multiverse introduced." I mean, they did it in Into the Spider-Verse, which worked amazingly. You just had Kingpin.
Oh, you talking about the animated, right?
Yep.
Great movie.
Yeah. But yeah.
But
I mean,
Craven the Hunter, it looks. I mean, it looks like promising, but again, I'm going in there with low expectations. I really hope it's good and it's R-rated. Too bad we couldn't get no R-rated Venom movies.
well, that's the thing. Just look at how they've been selling their movies and trailers. I mean, Madam Web, it didn't look interesting, but they used all the shots that everyone was excited for, like the 3 spider chicks and all that stuff.
That shit looked dumb. When I saw that off rip, it looked dumb.
Yeah, I never saw the trailer, but it was like some people were interested.
Did you see the movie?
No, not yet.
Fuck, bro. We could have took
Not
at
yet.
least 10 minutes to talk about that movie. That movie is horrible. Morbius is better. But you know what's messed up? Morbius is boring as shit. Did you watch Morbius?
Yeah, I've seen Morbius.
That movie was boring as shit.
Well, I think the issue with Morbius is it had the better actors in it, and it just went nowhere with it.
The best part of that movie was what's his name? Matt Smith. His whole dancing and all that. I'm like, ooh, that's my boy.
I've loved him since Doctor Who, and he's just been like, that's the sad part. He's been having flop after flop after flop in Hollywood, and it was his co-star, the Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever her name is,
Karen Gillian, I think is what it is.
Yeah, she told him to leave Doctor Who and go join Hollywood. And ever since then, he's been in flop after flop after flop, like Terminator Genesis.
He was in Genesis?
Mm-hmm. He was the AI. Mm-hmm. He was like the brain of the AI of the Terminators.
I just remember Pops and that hot dragon lady as Sarah Connor. And then again, Jai Courtney. What the fuck is Jai Courtney? Jai Courtney is in so many big movies, bro.
Yeah,
yes, a lot of them flop, but damn it, man.
But he's been in a lot of flops. The only thing he's finally been in that's successful is basically from the West. But
he needs a master class.
House of the Dragons.
He needs a master class on how to get big movies with little talent.
Yeah. Jack Courtney,
bro. That is wild.
House of Dragons, and that's like the only thing he's in. He's
in House of Dragons too.
Mm-hmm.
Jai Courtney?
No, not Jack Courtney.
Oh,
Matt Smith.
Okay. But I say he got that too.
No. I haven't seen him in forever. But yeah, Kraven the Hunter, I think, is going to be kind of a mix. I'm hoping it's not going to go the Morbius route. I really hope not.
Morbius, like what?
Absolutely boring, nonsensical story. Like if it's Venom, where at least it has fun characters to enjoy the ride with.
Mm-hmm.
So saying that, let's get on to Venom, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So when I saw the trailer, because when they started talking about this, that's when we were living together and started our page.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I remember I rewatched that. I rewatched the video about what it could be like. How awesome it could be. It's going to be rated R, all that shit. And then I saw that trailer, and I'm just like, this like some shit that could have been released in like 2004. Like that's it looked like 2004 type superhero shit.
And it looked like some PG-13 stuff, because that's what's funny is like you go into it thinking it's going to be rated R. You're going to get blood and beheadings. I mean, the only thing that was really there is biting off heads.
Yeah, and that's no blood or nothing. It's just okay.
Until the third one, I guess. The third one is the only one that changed.
They bit all heads off, but yeah.
Yeah, but they also had we'll get to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way this film starts off and the fact that the badges are life. Did you just assume that the movie Life was a prequel to this film?
Oh, yes.
Because the way it starts, because I'm like, the Life film, that thing they're capturing a symbiote, it's possessing bodies, transferring, then it crash lands at the very end of the film.
And then that's when the billionaire gets it.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. I remember thinking that when I first saw Life, but rewatching this film, I was like, holy crap, the movie Life is a prequel, and the company is called Life.
I got a fucking political call right now.
Yeah, it's a company called Life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they are literally leading into the fact that
Hey.
film is a prequel.
And then the variant of Wade Wilson and Mysterio were on there. Multiverse shit already happened, bro. Hey, because I swear, what's funny is everybody that saw Life all was saying Venom. This is the fucking origin for Venom. And then, hey, here we are. I love that.
I remember thinking that too, but seeing Venom once again, because I remembered that ending of it, and I just forgot how Venom started. I did. It's one of those films you can enjoy, but it's so forgettable.
Oh, absolutely.
So forgettable.
I mean, dude, the villain. What was the villain's name?
I didn't even bother writing his name down.
I didn't care to, because he was just your usual billionaire, you know. Yeah, a billionaire bad guy, you know. Oh,
but that's the thing.
This species, we can do anything.
So the thing, and this I'd say, spoiler, I guess, for all the films, the villains are technically never the ultimate villains.
No.
They introduce them, like even the in the first film, we'll get to the next films later, but in the first film, it's this scientist who turns out to be possessed by a symbiote who turns out to be Raid. And yeah, the goal that the symbiotes want, they want to take a ship, send out a signal into space so they can come and conquer the planet, which gets retconned in the third film.
Yes, brother. That's why you think I was zoning out just now? So I was just like,
because I was watching the third film, I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense.
When the second you started talking, I was just like, hold on.
Yeah, but that's the goal, because even Venom was talking to Tom Hardy. It's like, I need a spaceship. No, I don't want a spaceship anymore. But yeah, I mean, the Tom Hardy and Venom is the only thing that carries this film forward. Because
also, I mean, because Tom Hardy, it literally is Venom. He's the one that's voicing him. But like, yeah, dude, like, you know what's crazy? They could have made this, and I like the route they're going. It's each movie is a buddy movie, but they honestly could have made this a horror movie, like in like the first 2 acts. I mean, think about it: a fucking alien possesses Tom Hardy and just talking about taking over the world and shit. And it could be like some scary shit. And then as Venom starts getting used to everything, then we slowly get what we get at the end. I would have liked that.
They're still trying to bring in the fans. That's why they have the prequel Life for those who want to see the horror version of it.
Right.
Yeah. So you get the horror version, and then you get the next one.
But saying that Tom Hardy and Venom is the best part of this movie, you just say that for like every movie. That's really going to be the theme of this whole podcast. That the main thing that keeps these movies going and somewhat enjoyable is the chemistry and the bickering between Tom Hardy and Venom.
Yeah, but there are some, especially in the other films, the thing that continues to make it enjoyable is they introduce another character. Because for me, in the first film, his girl, useless, absolutely useless in the story.
I liked her. I mean, after rewatching it, I actually liked her.
She serves some purpose, but I don't care for her.
I get it. I mean, she helps out. She helps out a lot.
Yeah. I preferred her boyfriend Dan. I'm not gonna lie.
I like Dan. Like Dan.
Eddie, and he's just like, oh, I'm a fan of his, and he's just kind of like a fan. He is so much fun as soon as he's introduced, and Anne's just looking at him like, are you serious right now? My ex, you're talking positively about my ex. One of the best things, because I don't care for Anne, but bringing in Dan, I think is the only worthwhile thing she did, because he's like,
I mean, she helps out some.
I'm his doctor. I could take care of him because he's going nuts. After he gets the symbiote, he jumps in the lobster tank and starts eating a lobster. It's just
honestly, I like Mrs. Chin more than I like Anne.
Yeah.
I love her singing in the third one. We'll get to that later, but I love her in the third one. But yeah, Mrs. Chin is awesome, bro.
Yeah, the fact that she's just being mugged, and every single day she has to pay a due to her protector, which is funny because Venom ends up killing them and being the new protector who needs payment.
Yup. He basically just took the job.
Yeah.
It just, you ain't got to pay me in money. You got to pay me in chocolate. I love that.
Yeah, but in the end, I mean, the villain was kind of introduced in the beginning, and honestly, I thought it was Venom, the one that escaped in the beginning, during the car crash, not Raid. You know, the one that's transferring from Malaysia's in the bodies to body to body to body to body. The body of the little girl that ends up passing it to the bad guy who it turned out to not be.
That was Venom.
That was not Venom. That was Raid.
Oh.
Venom was the one in the
Oh, no, wrong one.
homeless girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was like I was kept thinking that was Venom. And they introduce that any body that the host possesses dies.
Yeah, so they killed the little girl.
Yeah, they kill the little girl. They kill all those people that he's possessing, that Raid's possessing. But they get rid of that later on in the films.
Oh, especially the third one.
Oh, yeah.
Tulsa's like, oh, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
Yeah, and the second one because they want to leave. But yeah, the post. I'm just gonna wrap up my thoughts on the first one because in the end, it's just Tom Hardy and Venom. It really is just Tom Hardy and Venom.
I mean, you're not lying. The action is so. It's nothing spectacular. It's okay. But yeah, you're right. It's just Tom Hardy and Venom. That's
I mean, the only things that are interesting, but the problem is they're so cluttered. Yeah, they make no sense. Is when the symbiotes and their hosts are kind of fighting in air, but it looks like a kid, a kid who's mixed the two different colors of silly putty. That's what it looks like in the end. It's like because they do a freeze frame and you see like Eddie Brock punching the scientist. And Venom and the Raid melting into each other, and I'm just like,
by the way,
cool, but
the scientist that was helping Eddie out, dumbest bitch ever. You in this fucking $1 billion, laboratory and all that. You don't think this nigga about to have cameras around? You really think you about to have Eddie just chilling in there and you can get away with it? She's so dumb. She deserved to die. She deserved to die. She is so stupid. Dumb. Yeah. But honestly, the funniest part of this, actually, the best part of this movie is the Eminem song.
Go at the very end.
Venom. And then the funniest part of this movie is Woody Harrelson's cameo because that fucking hair was horrible. And then it's just and then it was this. That's what I mean. This is what I mean when I say it's so 2000s. There's going to be carnage. I was like,
but that's the thing. Even in the next film, he was doing that over and over and over.
Oh, that opening? No, the opening when you had the younger Woody Harrelson, and it's clear they just dubbed his voiceover. Yeah, that was so bad.
Yeah,
that was so bad.
Yeah, but like, what is in the next film? It's Woody Harrelson becomes Carnage, and again, it's not Woody Harrelson that's the bad guy. It's primarily Carnage. And
Woody Harrelson is a bad guy. He's a fucking serial. Well, no, he's a killer. He's a killer. So really, he is the bad guy. But
apparently, there was like 39 something bodies that Venom discovered. But I don't like how it bleeds. Like, okay. I'll just say this real quick. The third film did a better transition from the second film than the second film did from the first film.
You talking about how it just like starts?
Yeah, how it explains the time that's passed. Because in the Carnage, the way it starts doesn't really sync up with the hair of the last film.
Do you want Woody Harrelson's hair?
Yeah. Because
I don't know. Maybe they cut it.
Because he's going to publish a book, and it turns out he never publishes a book and ends up solving a murder case that's many years old. That's what ends up being the case because Venom helps him discover it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know, man.
But yeah, I mean, he becomes Carnage because he bites Venom and Tom Hardy.
And what makes this movie easily better is the fact that we now actually have a bad guy, a decent bad guy. I mean, Woody Harrelson. So Woody Harrelson is someone enjoyable. Then you got his girl who can scream, but that's bad because with her screaming loud, that's fucking up Carnage. Carnage is gonna whoop her ass.
Yep,
He's
yep.
like,
I like
you better tell your bitch to shut up.
Yeah, I like that they did that. I really do, because it's like you introduce a character to show that the villain's more powerful because he's got extra strength. The problem is she's also a kryptonite to Carnage himself.
Yeah.
And to quote a line, they're not symbiotic. So
Hey, so you telling me she got powers, but really Woody Harrelson don't?
yeah,
The fuck
but
type
he
of shit is
killed
that?
multiple people. She was just caged up forever.
I ain't like her acting in this movie.
No, I didn't care for her.
There was a scene where the dude, like, when she had Dan in the trunk, and she said something like, "Oh, somebody already tried to kill me. I'm gonna just make up a word. They crashed out." She said something like that, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
"Ugh,
something dumb. It just
yeah,
didn't feel right for the scene. I'm like,
yeah." She
what?
was just so trash and cartoonish. It was to the point where it felt like I was watching Looney Bin Jim in the motherfucking Punisher Warzone movie.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. Again, 2000s. This movie felt 2000s. Even this one.
Yeah, but in this one, it's 6 months after the previous film. In the first film, Anne was getting married to Eddie Brock. 6 months later, she's getting married to Dan. Because remember, she meets up with
6 months. Yep, Dan.
yeah,
No, but
6 months.
Is it 6 months exact? Because I know, yeah, because I know
Yeah.
all the Venom shits happened 6 months after their breakup, and then yeah, she's with. Oh yeah, she did get she got engaged, and then okay, that's some bullshit.
Yeah. Like between the first film and the third film, only a year has passed.
You know what? Yeah, because he even
They
said
mentioned
it.
that.
Remember, they said it, we only been together for a year.
Yep, they mentioned it.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
trying to. While he said that, I kept trying to like piece together everything. I was like, wait a minute, what year was Spider-Man No Way Home? Like I tried to piece together all that to see exactly the time passed. But yeah, it's been like what 8 years of this movie, or 6 or 7 or whatever,
Yep.
and it's only been a year.
Yeah, and Tom Hardy's getting somewhat of a tummy during that time.
Because I do like that the third one, not to go far ahead, but I do like that the third one picks up immediately after the second one,
immediately,
because he's already on the run.
And they make a joke immediately. But I gotta say, like
uh-huh.
the animation they had when Woody Harrelson is telling his origin story, creepy animation.
Yes,
Absolutely loved it.
Yes.
Like it's just a still picture, him holding a knife, him pushing grandma down the stairs, him throwing a hairdryer in the bathtub while her mother's taking a bath. All that little stuff. The animation, I absolutely loved it. It was creepy.
I hated
It was
it.
like, okay, this is something I enjoy.
I hated it because it was creepy.
Yeah, and then of course that's after that he ends up biting Eddie Brock's finger and getting a symbiote in himself, a red one.
Oh shit, that's the red one.
Yeah, but after that scene is when Tom Hardy basically is again fighting Venom in the house.
What I love about this is that this movie is a straight up breakup movie.
Yeah,
it's a break. I mean, we watched the breakup with the get out. This is my house, and he just started throwing all his shit out the window. Yeah. By the way, I love him with his chickens, Sonny and Cher.
It's like, you can eat those. They don't have brains. That's debatable.
Sonny and Cher are friends. But yeah, this is a breakup movie, and just Venom kind of like trying to venture out on his own. I love the whole him at the raid scene and him being, like free and everything. Yeah, I love that scene.
Because I'll look at all these weirdos. But yeah, I mean, him fighting himself. But then again, this is where they start like getting rid of the thing like they introduced where he's not killing the host anymore. He's just transferring from body to body to body to body to body.
So when we seeing those people like just passing out, are they just like passed out? They're not dead?
Yep.
Okay, I figured, I'm like, ain't no way this can be our protagonist, our good guy, and he's killing everybody that he's, jumping into. So
yeah, I mean, they did it with Anne in the first film, but it's like,
that's right. And then also Mrs. Chen would have been dead too.
Yeah, so there are a lot of little weird, confusing things that they introduced, but it's like maybe Raid was just putting them through their tracks. Because even Tom Hardy said, like, even in the trailer, so this isn't going to be a spoiler, how fast can you make that horse run without killing it?
Yeah.
So it's just like, maybe there is a way to balance it. I don't know. But yeah, after they fight with himself, that's when Cletus Cassidy escapes. And
I like that scene. That
yeah,
scene was fire.
the fact that he's actually getting the injection, that was cool. The fact that he's doing a tornado in the prison, the fact that he's like, any last words, Warden?
Got the blades, fucking got the
Yeah.
blades and shit, man. Like I love that whole scene. I thought that scene was awesome. Like that's the type of action that I wanted in the first one. So
Yeah.
it was nice to have, even though it's still that same, okay, I'm a symbiote, so now I'm about to give you a symbiote with just a little upgrade. That's really all both villains were in both
Yep.
movies.
That's the thing I don't like, because when when you get to the final fight, it just becomes again, silly putty being crashed against each other. Not really much you can see happening. Not much. But yeah, after that scene, that's when the weirdo scene happens where he's running around the club and it's like, I'm out of the Eddie closet. He
That
kept
was
me
great.
contained, talking to all the weirdos. When he steals the mic drop.
But and then I love, he just, I wish you could have seen this Eddie. Like,
Yeah, because he
I
misses
love it
him.
too. Yeah,
It's
he
his only
missed him.
friend. It's his only friend.
Eddie misses him too. Shit.
But one thing I didn't like was the because of course after that is the black chick's escape. That happened way too quickly. He immediately found out the information. And remember, we've been introduced to where Venom can type on the computer and discover things.
Mm-hmm.
What does Carnage do? Who's a newborn? Plugs himself directly into the computer.
Yeah.
Hacks a government website, finds out where she is, and the next thing we know, he's in her jail cell. There is no break-in. There is nothing. Did he turn into putty and squeeze through everything like a symbiote?
That's a good question.
If anything, because remember that Venom can't turn into a symbiote form. No, when they merge, it's either they're in his Venom form because he now has a human body to host. He doesn't need to, he just can transform into his bigger self, or he's in Tom Hardy's body. Carnage apparently turned into a symbiote to go through all the vents in order to get to her cell. That's one thing I was just like, at least show us an action scene where he's breaking in and just killing a ton of people.
Yeah.
You could have, because all these films are short. The first one's like an hour and 30 minutes. The second one's
none of them are 2 hours. None of them are 2 hours.
No. But they could have added a few more minutes of him just breaking into there. Because
I mean, you're lacking. The movie lacks in, story, good characters. You better at least, give us some laughs and some dope ass action. Even if it's a pointless scene, give us some dope ass action. That's kind of like what Terrifier 3 did, even though it didn't make a big deal throughout the movie. But you know what? The movie is known for fucking violence. So we're going to give you, fucking Art the Clown killing a family of 4. I'm going to bring that shit back every fucking time until you understand why that scene was good. But continue.
But what I'm saying is him just appearing in the jail cell served no purpose. It really just made me ask, how the heck did he get there? That place is on lockdown. That place is completely sealed. How did he get in there without that anyone discovering him when all this guy is known? So he's a serial killer. Mm-hmm. He's not known for stealth or anything. He just plow in now that he's got the power.
Yeah, if he would have got there, they would have found out. Ain't like this motherfucker is, Solid Snake. He's just a serial killer with a symbiote. So unless it doesn't really matter. Matter of fact, why are we arguing about? Doesn't really matter. He got in that bitch,
dude. It would have been nicer to actually have something more of him, because imagine we got him in the prison escaping. If we got him breaking into another cell, and the next thing we know, like him and Carnage are in sync, because they just love killing. He frees his girl because that was the deal. I free we'll find her first, and then I'll give you Venom. That was the deal. And then they free her, and what happens? They start fighting because, well, she hurts him. She hurts Carnage. She needs to keep her darn mouth shut. I mean, that's the thing. Is just like, I would have liked another sequence where they're being more symbiotic, only for them to fall apart because, well, Cletus has a crush on this woman, and Carnage just wants to tape her mouth shut.
Bitches be talking too much.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just it. And then there's the breakout, and then they have the fighting scene where they're strung up with the helicopter and all that. And I'm just, the symbiotes, I enjoy it where there's less is more. When they start stringing themselves up everywhere, it becomes difficult to see what's going on.
I give you that because then it's just them in a car, just wrapped up in like a bunch of
Yep.
fucking the webs from Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, this is where you need like a Zack Snyder's slow-mo shot so you can actually get
Honestly, yeah,
what's
I'll
going
take
on. It's
a
like, oh,
cool
okay,
ass
that's
slow mo.
strung up there. That person's hanging up over there. The chopper's being tangled, but we don't get any of that. Where it's just
Yeah.
completely going quickly, and I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't see what's going on.
Hey, so what do you think about the detective, the guy that? Because remember, there's a scene where he thought he killed her, but he thought he killed homegirl when he shot her, and then when she screamed, he messed up her. God damn, I'm sorry. The detective, back in the day when she got locked up, he shot her, thought he killed her, but of course, he didn't. And then yeah, his ear got messed up because she was screaming.
Yeah,
Because remember, he's also in the third one, which, by the way, there's no reason for him to be in the third one.
no,
But like, what did you even think of that detective? Like, I didn't care for him. I thought his
I
character was.
didn't. He seemed more like I was thinking that was going to be kind of like one of those cliches where the cop ends up realizing who he is, and they end up like joining forces, shaking hands, being like, "All right, I see you're kind of like the hero, kind of like the original Crow film."
No, they killed his ass.
Yeah,
He was getting his ass beat throughout that fucking final act.
yeah.
Did he
He
even
was
land a
literally
punch?
just there as the marriage present.
They're like, we got to kill somebody, so let's kill the half deaf motherfucker.
Yeah, but the funniest scene I would say would be the Chen Venom Dan. Chen is possessed by Venom, and then Dan gets terrified because in
Yes.
this film they start off Dan, because in the last film Dan was cool, he was fun, he was a fan of Eddie Brock. In this film they make him a complete coward in the beginning. A
Mm-hmm.
complete coward. He's like, you didn't tell me there was going to be aliens. No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Of course, he mans up in the end, but in this one, he's just like a complete coward. And when Mrs. Chen ends up showing Venom's face, because remember she was possessed by him when they got him back, he jumps and backs away immediately. That was hilarious. The way he was acting, turned into a complete coward.
Oh. So there was a scene that was that I loved in the first one. I forgot. It's when he went up into his former boss's office, and I guess he had like the tape or whatever, and he was like, "Here's your
Oh
proof,
yeah,
asshole, dude." When they went against the SWAT team, and he was just like, "Hey, you don't want to do this." The SWAT leader was just like, "Mask, copy," and then Venom was just like, "Tell me when." Mask, copy,
yeah,
boom. That scene was fire, bro. Homie said mask, whoop, turn it to Venom,
yeah.
copy.
But
I
it's
was like,
funny,
that's great,
leaving the note served no purpose.
right?
Just to lead to that action scene. That's what the funny thing is. A lot of these films are filled with a lot of pointlessness, just to patent the script, when they could have added a bit more action and just made it a little more enjoyable. But yeah, going back to the last one. After that funny scene, there's the scene where it's Tom Hardy in Tom Hardy is talking to Venom in Anne's body.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he's apologizing is like he
Yes.
would apologize. It's just like he's apologizing to both of them at once.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
made a mistake. I need you. I need you in my life. It's just like, okay, so he's apologizing to both Anne and Venom.
And then when when Venom, goes back to Eddie and they're all hugged up, he's just like, "So we're gonna do the kiss again?"
I was like, no, maybe, but we'll see. We'll see.
Like maybe, bitch, you still getting married. But
Yeah,
the final battle or whatever, it was cool. It's
it's symbiotes. It's
yeah,
symbiote.
it is. And then when it finally is a one-on-one battle with him and Woody Harrelson, Woody just whoops his ass and throws him over.
Yep.
Like I said, the final battle was nothing special. Damn, this is what I mean about these movies. Again, like, yeah, I like this movie because it did. Like, I like this movie a step up over the first
Yeah.
one because you got you got Woody Harrelson as the villain. You have another symbiote, that's Carnage. He's straight. I mean, you got a little more action, but it's nothing special. Again,
Yeah.
Eddie and Tom Hardy. I mean, Eddie and Venom is the best thing about the movie. It's the only reason I go see this movie.
Yeah.
Like the last
Yeah.
time I watched this before we rewatched it for the podcast was when it came out in theaters.
Yep.
The last time I watched the first Venom before this was when it came out in theaters. Because I just did not care to watch it. Like, it's just for Venom and fucking Tom Hardy.
Yeah, which honestly is fun in and of itself, but it just feels like that's what's funny is these films are very short, but they feel longer than they have to be.
Yes, they really do. I keep thinking these movies are almost 2 hours. They're not.
Yeah, they really feel longer than they have to be because it feels like they're making decisions based on trying to add to the runtime in some scenes. Like in the first film, he's leaving a note to his previous boss, which serves no purpose except to lead into another fight scene. And in this one, they cut out what they could have been a nice action sequence of him just fighting guards, only for a breakout to where he's strung up fighting a chopper. I mean, that's not as interesting as, well, complete carnage.
Yeah.
That you have carnage, and of course, Woody Harrelson is constantly saying, let there be carnage, or there will be carnage, and constantly, dropping those 80s one-liners. Always. But I guess that's why his girlfriend does the same cheesy stuff. It just doesn't come across the same.
Also, when after she takes care of the detective, whoops his ass, knocks his ass out. He's a little bitch. Don't nobody care about him. He's deaf. He's pudgy. We don't give a fuck about him. He's gonna be completely useless in the third movie. Like, they really did him dirty in the third movie.
I was surprised he was even there.
Right? Thank you for cutting me off, because I was gonna keep going. When she takes care of him, and then Carnage and Woody Harrelson brings up Anne, bruh, she gonna say, "Oh, this is too much." What the fuck you mean this is too much? You're a killer too.
Yeah.
What is too much? You about to kill some bitch you don't know.
She was involved in the whole thing. She was okay with all the carnage. Let's just lean into it.
Carnage.
She was involved in all the carnage. But what turned out to be too much was when the woman she captured herself.
Yes.
Was about to be killed.
What did y'all think? What did you think what y'all was gonna do? Y'all gonna kill this bitch? Look at who you with. Did you not see him in Natural Born Killers? Did you not see his last chick? Get the fuck out of here.
Did you not see him in Rampage?
Oh, so Davy, you cool when your boy Davy Jones is taking souls and chilling on a fucking boat for like a couple hundred years playing fucking dice. But
she gave him that position. She forced him into that.
Yeah, she did. What a bitch.
Yeah, she can't act. She
all right. I'm not a big fan.
Like, that's the thing. The final fight is just boring. Again, the only thing this film brings forward is Tom Hardy, Venom, Mrs. Chen to some extent, because when she's in a scene, it's always funny. Dan, again, Anne, I don't care for, but Woody Harrelson.
Cool. Yeah.
The cop, don't care for. The love interest, don't care for. Anne, don't care for. I'm trying to think of anyone else in this film that just doesn't. Oh, they try to make this huge sequence with the doctor that captures the Cletus's girlfriend. Because remember, she gets captured. She gets in prison. She'll be here for life. Only to be strung up and nothing to happen with her.
They really made it. I'm thinking, man, yeah, she was trash. You know who did a better job at that type of role? Walton Goggins in the second G.I. Joe Retaliation when he played the warden. Ooh, Snake Eyes, big fan. I love him. But yeah, like, I thought she was really gonna be like some, big time or whatever. Like that fucking villain that's gonna pop up eventually. No, she was just a doctor that just got her ass killed.
Yep, she served no purpose in the end, except for just be another checklist, like one of those fetch quests in games. You have to get me this before I can tell you where to find this.
Yeah.
So he had to get his girlfriend before he could continue on to get to the Venom Carnage battle. It was just checking the boxes, and it was aggravating, but at least there were a few more characters that was interesting. And the sad part where it was like, you never understood me, Eddie. I just wanted to be your friend. You kind of feel for him. You kind of feel
this guy.
Serial killer. Yeah,
fuck him.
Like that's the thing.
Yeah, he wanted family, bro. You killed your family. Fuck him.
He wanted his own family.
That was your own family. That was your mom. That was your grandma. Bye.
But that's the thing. It was like, you never told my side of the story. You didn't tell how grandmother abused me. You didn't tell how mother. So he
Oh
was
yeah,
getting
yeah, yeah,
revenge on the fact that he was being beaten and abused. The only person that ever saved him was his girlfriend, which is why he had such an attachment to her. So it's like, that's the thing. They are good at creating some backstories, especially in the third one. The third one, I feel like, has more of that. Of course, you left through one of the scenes, but I enjoy how they can create characters that way. Like,
yeah.
I felt for Cletus Cassidy, especially when he was just like, I wanted to be your friend. That's all he wanted. He just wanted to be Eddie Brock's friend, only to be betrayed in the end.
Oh well, fuck
And
that guy.
then Venom just bites his head off. Enough with this.
Damn, I really missed something in the third, huh?
Yep.
Was that like a big scene?
No, it was just supposed to show why she became who she became. It was her whole drive.
I really hope she don't become like the main person that we're supposed to follow if they do another Venom. I'm good. I don't want no Juno Tempo.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, oh yeah, so yeah, then at the end of this movie is when he's on vacation and we get that No Way Home. He goes over to the fucking Spider-Man movie and just sits at the bar.
Yep.
Like, come, which by the way, so leading into the third movie. So remember, in No Way Home, he went back because Doctor Strange did the spell. He went back because of that. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
This time he goes back because that was a whole different portal. It was a completely different portal. It wasn't even because of the whole Doctor Strange bit, which was crazy. But the opening scene, which one, I don't like how it opened. I don't like how it opened because it's just, you're just watching it and then it just goes, my name is, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
He never raises his head.
But you get what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. I okay.
It just started just like that. I'm like,
so again, this film has a problem with its villains.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna say them off the back. There is the creator of the symbiote and the other alien race that ends up,
which is Null, right?
Yeah. Okay. And then there is the person behind the curtain. That one man that's sitting in the room with all the computer screens.
Huh? In this movie?
Yeah. Remember, he's standing in a dark room with nothing but screens in front of him tracking Eddie Brock.
Oh, yeah.
That's who the general contacts to ask for control. We never find out who that is.
Honestly, I forgot about that dude.
So that's another like top villain at that point, like the man behind the curtain of the government. He serves no purpose, and of course the other villain serves no purpose except to send out his hunting dogs.
That's what pissed me off, because while I do like the hunting dogs, it's the fact that, really, motherfucker, all you did was just send out a Terminator dog. That's it. The main villain that they had to go against was a Terminator dog, while the main villain is just chilling up there. Just imagine. I'm trying to think of a good. Just imagine if we got. Just imagine if we got Darth Vader. You know, Darth Vader just looking like a bad motherfucker, just sitting down the insert alien dog thing down there to get Luke Skywalker. And then that's all we're watching. Luke Skywalker go against a insert alien dog thing while Darth Vader is up there chilling. And this is the third movie. You would fucking hate that, wouldn't you? Please tell me that was a good simile.
I don't think so, because if you think about it, the Emperor is the bad guy, and he sent his hunting dog, which was Darth Vader, after Luke.
I knew I fucked up.
But at least he did get thrown in the well by the hunting dog. However, for some reason, he's still alive.
Okay, but regardless, the fact that you got this big bad motherfucker and then all he does is just send down a dog, it's kind of complete bullshit.
Yeah, it was useless. You only see him 3 times. You see him once in the beginning. The second time is when they find the shield and send more, and then the third time is, of course, the very end.
Yeah, and then you give his screen time. You're probably talking about maybe 2 minutes, and then it's Andy Serkis. That's also the bad. Y'all got Andy Serkis to do a useless ass role. Like, come on, bro. Like, why not just have him go against Venom? Just have him go straight against Venom and Tom Hardy because
But
they could use a real bad guy.
But apart from the useless bad guys in this film, the start, I gotta say, what after the uselessness with where he's talking to the bartender, I loved it because he's just talking to the bartender about the superheroes and about a purple guy who loves stones. And the next thing you know, he's sent back to his own universe. And Venom basically says, yes, we're done with this multiverse BS.
Like, I love that.
Thank you. I am tired of it because I guess they're aware that it's not working out so well for Disney. It worked for Sony with their Spider-Man No Way Home. So Disney basically jumped on it and continued it, and it's just been flopping ever since. Which is why Guardians succeeded. It didn't do it.
By the way, oh damn, I don't remember what happened in that episode. I'm still watching Agatha all along, bro. This shit is weak. I feel like I've been watching them on that same fucking road for 5 episodes. I feel like they haven't even moved. This show sucks, bro. It sucks. Agatha, Catherine Hahn, she's great as Agatha. She really is. But this shit sucks.
Well, that's the problem. They're giving shows to everyone who don't deserve them. I told you, this whole thing was made off the TikTok meme of Agatha all along, that song. There's no meat there because they were just trying to jump on the craze of that song.
If y'all gonna give somebody a show, give Darcy a show. I'll be cool with Darcy.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like the way the film starts, I enjoyed it. And you find out that it's literally right after the incident in San Francisco. He's being blamed for the death of the detective who ends up not being dead. But Tom Hardy's on the run. Him and Venom are on the run. If the news is here in Mexico, then it's everywhere in the world. I freaking enjoyed that. That was very well done. Because it's just like, cool. The stakes are raised immediately.
Yeah.
Instead of hiding, because in the second film, him and Venom are kind of hiding. They're trying to lay low. That's why the detective that's pointless was there constantly.
The Mask. It reminded me of The Mask. Every time something to go wrong, boom. Stanley Ipkiss. That's what that reminded me of. No wonder why it felt so familiar. That fucking detective was just that guy from The Mask. Yep.
Yes.
But
yeah, he's being hunted.
Isn't that when? Okay. So this is when. Isn't this when we go to the first action scene where he's going against the guys in the alleyway?
Yep.
I love that. I love this scene. I thought this scene was funny as hell, bro. He threw a slipper at this motherfucker.
Yep.
I was like, bro, Tom Hardy. I'm like, you're not Mexican. You can't do that. Yeah. You ain't nobody's abuela. I love that, bro. By the way, what was with him and losing his shoes throughout the entire movie?
I noticed that. That's a running gag. So he threw his slipper. He ended up he threw his croc. Let's be honest.
It was that dog.
Yeah. The dog ended up tearing it in half, so he was left with one. And then Venom passes him a pair of boots off the person that he just bit his head off of. So he wears the boots. He ends up losing the boots on the flight because they need to crash land, and one of them falls off his foot.
And then he gets it from Martin, the family, and then he gets the suit. He has the shoes, and then when they come up and swoop up, my shoes. My shoes. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
I actually love that gag. That gag was great.
I like it where they do it. Just every time they did that, it just reminded me. Again, I've mentioned it multiple times. Bruce Willis and the Hudson Hawk, where his entire sequence, like his entire thing in the entire film, is he just got out of prison. He wants a cup of coffee. Every time he gets a cup of coffee, someone pushes him and it breaks. Or
right, don't spoil it because I want to watch it.
Yeah,
is that a war movie?
No, it's a heist movie. It's a stupid gag, but I love it. That's the best part about that film.
I like gags like that, kind of like with Woody Harrelson and the Twinkie in Zombieland.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love shit like that, especially when you get to the payoff. Especially when you get to the payoff and it's like, okay, cool. He finally he shot it. Like I love gags like that. Oh, he never got a. Did he ever get a? Hold on. By the way, did he ever get a decent pair of shoes at the end?
What?
Did he actually get a decent? Damn.
Because remember, they didn't actually show it. He's walking through New York.
Yeah. But yeah, I did like this action scene in the alleyway, and then the fact that homie bit off all 5 heads. But I love the whole "we are Venom." Like y'all still haven't got that together.
Well, they did it once in the first Venom movie.
Yeah,
Near the end. We'll work on that. And they never have a chance to. But it basically starts talking about Area 51. And this is where we get the introduction to the Doctor, which you missed.
Okay, so I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, I can get to the bathroom and back in 2 minutes. Easy. So right when Venom is right when they're walking and all that, I'm like, okay, start going. I'm fucking zooming. I am zooming. This is the bad part.
Go to the restroom.
Okay, go ahead.
You tell your story.
Okay, cool. I can't stand this motherfucker, man. Anyway, so I'm sitting here and I'm going to the bathroom, and I'm like, God damn, like how many, like, bro, to get to the fucking exit, you got about 2 lefts and a right, bro. This motherfucking theater is so goddamn big. So just getting out my screen took me about 45 seconds. Then the bathroom is all the way to the other end. It took me another 30 seconds. Now I'm sitting there doing a nice little 15-second piss, followed by a 10-second hand wash. And now I got to fucking go the whole route. In other words, it took me 5 minutes just to go to the bathroom, bro. So I probably missed a shit ton. I wonder how long is he gonna take to go to the bathroom, because I can't keep entertaining y'all for this long. I'm getting kind of shy. But yeah, it took me a long time. It would have worked better if he was here to kind of like laugh and shit. Me just telling y'all. I don't know how streamers do this shit. Hey,
keep talking.
He's
my problem is, my problem is it's a blessing I have you, because I just keep talking.
I fucking hate that. I hate
you
that.
to tell me to shut up.
Dude, I tried to tell you to shut up, and then you'll keep going.
Yeah,
you saw the video I sent you.
It does. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was watching the podcast later, and I'm just like, crap. I just don't shut up.
No.
Yeah, but so the scene, like, this is what I liked about this one. I liked all the character development, which was simple. Like, you have Miss Christmas because of the Christmas. I told you why I wear it. My mother, who passed away, made it for me. He was like, oh, you realize something about her. You learn why the Doctor became like a doctor, because her brother's dream was to go to space and learn about space, who ended up dying because she was struck by lightning as she was about to grab his hand to run hand in hand, her twin brother. So the current passed through her arm into her twin brother, killing her twin brother. So she had to become a doctor to fulfill his dream. It became her responsibility after leading to his death. Because if she would have never touched his hand, she would have been the one that was struck dead.
Oh, yeah, I really missed that scene.
Yeah, but it's like they introduce all this little stuff with the characters. I wish we had more, but with the general, but we do have his character development.
Are you talking about Chiwetel Ejiofor, the black dude?
Yeah.
The one that's beefing with Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because with him, his story is he absolutely finds the doctors crazy because they're trying to make friends with the aliens. He just wants them dead, only to realize after destroying some of them with a rocket launcher that they are trying to assist him, and they do save his life. And then he sacrifices himself to. It's just like he has a redemption arc. This story isn't primarily again, these Venom films aren't so much about superheroes. They're not. They're a buddy film. They're about character development. In the first one, it's Tom Hardy and Venom. In the second one, it's Tom Hardy and Venom. And then you have the Woody Harrelson and Carnage, who are just not getting along in his relationship. And you have certain characters that help carry it. And I like the little nitbits you get of these characters. Because remember, the Christmas, she has a piece, and I think this is going to lead into the fact that all the symbiotes are alive. She has a piece of every single symbiote kept in a fridge somewhere separate from the main bodies.
Oh, so she definitely, well, don't forget the, all them shits are gone now.
What?
Well, no. Well, I was talking about the other symbiote.
No,
she released them all.
Outside.
Yep.
So that little fridge is probably still in a cubicle somewhere at the end. That's why they had a broken scene where one of the little vials is broken and a cockroach is going next to it.
Oh, I thought that cockroach was black. I thought it had Venom on it.
Maybe.
Huh.
But yeah, that's the thing. Is like this film. I like the characters. I like the development of it because they introduced that Area 51 is being decommissioned. Like this is in the news after Tom Hardy is being hunted. Area 51 is being decommissioned, and I'm not gonna lie. To this day, I is Area 51 a real place?
I thought it was.
Yeah, you hear about it in every movie, and I'm
Because
just like,
remember, they almost. I think. Oh no, it's supposed to be on the army base though, right?
yeah, it's an army base.
Okay.
Area 51, where the
Here's the
alien. And I'm
thing.
just like, is
I
that
believe
actually
it.
a real
This is the
place?
thing.
They mentioned it in so many movies.
I, I believe in aliens. There got to be aliens.
Yeah, most likely.
I mean,
Most
come
likely.
on, bro. You think of all this fucking world out here, all this world, bro. We got dogs, we got caterpillars and shit like that. We got motherfucking, you know, what's that thing name with the big lips? He's still a singer. He was in Be Cool. What's that dude name? Something Tyler. We got that thing running around here. You telling me we ain't got aliens on another planet
I'm
somewhere?
pretty sure we already have some aliens here.
Like, come on, bro. You got a black hole that you don't know what's in that motherfucker. There's aliens. There's aliens out there. I believe in it. So Area 51 ain't no telling. I got a feeling there's something that the government is keeping. But let me shut up because I don't want to be in those things. Hey, I'm gonna be a good nigga. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and yeah, I'm gonna just sit here and suffer and pay taxes.
Yeah. But to Area 51. But yeah, they introduced Area 51, and that's where we get the cop that's introduced dead being brought back to life.
I'm sorry. He was fucking horrible in this movie. Like that they did one. I didn't care for his character in the last one to begin with.
Yeah.
But for him, even though he's a good actor, come on. Did you see The Irishman? That scene with him and Al Pacino when they were talking about being on time and all that. So to see him here in this movie, just they're coming. Really?
Monsters,
that's kind of a disservice. That's a disservice.
So, gosh dang, I swallowed something. Pause. Okay. So he's absolutely pointless. He really is. Because I thought, okay, the symbiote's keeping him alive. We're gonna keep him. I thought they were talking about Carnage.
Yeah.
But no, it's not Carnage. They killed the red one. Venom ate it.
Yep.
So they literally installed another symbiote into him because they had a dead body. Why aren't they doing that with multitude of dead bodies?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of stuff that just don't make sense. But again, I didn't care for his character in the second film because they didn't do any character development with him. He was just the annoying cop that was constantly hounding Eddie Brock.
Yep.
And in this one, he's in a cage.
Honestly,
the entire film.
It was a downgrade. This was a downgrade.
Yeah, and he serves no purpose except to continue his line from the last film. Monsters.
And I thought he was gonna eventually come out and be useful. You know what happened? He fucking died. He got ate just like that. It's really a blink and you miss it.
And it was the symbiote that did something, not him.
Yeah.
The only thing he said is like, Eddie, what are they doing to us, or what's happening to us? What's going to happen? Something like that.
That is it. So that was a big downgrade for his character.
But
super duper trash.
Yeah, after they introduce Area 51, that's where they start hunting Eddie Brock. And this is something I think that they could have done something with. Because remember, they're going through the stream. He's separated from Venom. As Venom touches the fish, he takes a life for the first time with his own hand.
Mm-hmm.
He took a life.
Like that.
And what'd they do? Nothing. He talks about it with Venom for real quick, and Venom's like, we had to. They didn't give us a choice. That is it. That is it. That's the only thing they did with it. And they brought it back with him saying, you took a life of one of my soldiers. I'm going to take yours. There's a lot of stuff that it's just like, they should have had more of an emotional impact where he's being consoled a little more by Venom.
Now, what I do, okay, so what I really like, so some people may hate this, other people may like it. I kind of liked it a little bit because since Eddie died in the first one, because what's that called? What's that thing in their chest?
That's the thing that the hippie was talking about.
The Kodak, right?
The Kodak, yeah.
So yeah, because Eddie died, they have something in their chest called a Kodak, and I guess they have to keep it safe so neither one of them can die. And if they do, then I guess the Kodak goes to Noel, the main bad guy.
Yeah.
So that little Terminator dog the only time he can see them is if he's in full Venom mode, which activates the Kodak. So because of that, Venom is just kind of like a head floating around. But what I think about that is awesome is because now he kind of they have to be creative with the shit. So now you got Venom as a fucking horse, you got Venom as a fish. I really wish they did more with that. Imagine fucking Eddie hiding in a zoo, and now Venom is an elephant, a fucking tiger. You really could have had fun with that. But it was just kind of like, the horse. The horse was like the biggest thing that they changed into. I was just like, y'all could have took this shit to the next level if y'all gonna introduce that idea, especially for the third movie. It's go big or go home. Like hell, y'all give us pointless action scenes anyway. Put that shit in the zoo for a scene. I would love that. Come on, man. A Venom horse. I mean, not a Venom horse. A Venom fucking elephant. Venom tiger. A Venom monkey. It's a done deal. Deal.
The funny thing is, they did show us all that, but in the credits.
Yeah, that's what really pissed me off. That's what really pissed me off. I was like, wow.
Where was they had a Venom hawk? They had so many Venom creatures.
And we get a Venom fish, a Venom frog, and a Venom horse. That shit sucked, bro. It was like, oh yeah, guess what? We would have gave y'all this, we would have gave y'all that, we would have gave you this too, but yeah, we just didn't feel like it.
And maybe a Venom roach. Maybe.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all show us the dopest. You seen Uncut Gems?
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? Why did you show me something if I couldn't have it? That's basically what he just did. So that was a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, but that's the thing these films do. They waste a lot of opportunities, but they make up for it with at least it's okay. I don't know how they do this. It's a Venom film. You would think there would be a lot of cool action, stuff like that. There is occasionally cool action, but not when it's symbiotes fighting symbiotes or things like that. It's always when Venom's fighting other people. Why? Because less is more. He doesn't expand himself into this giant web of goop to capture all these people. It's always just like this tentacle here, this tentacle here, this tentacle here. Oh, that reminds me of the Mexican. He was doing all this. Do this. Let's take him. The bartender, when he was describing the tentacles off his back.
Remember, I went to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. So the reason why
really? That sounds like a funny scene.
It is a funny scene. So he starts describing because the general asks him, okay, so what did he do? He started making stuff and he just did a wiggle and he was like, all right, let's take him too.
That sounds funny. I should have.
That's how he ended up at Area 51 because of the wiggle.
Because at the very end, when he the post credit scene when he walked out, I'm like, oh damn, they took him.
Yep.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
That's why they took him. His wiggle.
Man, I don't know why I couldn't hold that piss. It's already
that's
why I always go to the bathroom 2 times before the movie starts. You never know.
Didn't drink anything.
I didn't either. But
he was there. But yeah, after taking a life, it's really he just has one simple conversation with Venom and tells him they gave you no choice. Then he meets the hippie family. And I got to admit, that was kind of fun.
I liked them.
You have the daughter that hates the life she's been born into because her parents are crazy. They give him a platter of food, which has no food at all.
It's just veggies.
Like, there's no meat on this plate. Nope. Just throws it away. Just like
I knew that was going to be bad.
Yeah, but it was funny because they're hippies that love aliens. At least the father in the beginning. They love aliens.
And then that's when try to get a little emotional because now you see Eddie talking to the kid, about aliens and how their aliens don't exist to make them feel safe. But Venom is just like, oh, you'd be a great dad and whatnot.
Yeah, this is the life we should have had. That's the type of thing that Venom's like saying. It's like this would have been a great thing to do. So I like that. It was a fun little slow down moment with a few little comedic scenes. The freaking singing in the car and Venom singing.
Oh yes,
Tom Hardy's like, no, please no. It's the perfect buddy thing where like the two people, there's always the one who
the hitman's bodyguard.
And the other one who doesn't want to, the other one who
Mhm.
doesn't want to do it and is just like, nope, nope, nope.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I absolutely enjoyed that. The Hippie Family was an amazing addition. And the thing is, again,
Absolutely. And they
character
served a
development.
purpose. Yep.
Yeah, their character development. It really did help carry the story forward. They got
Mhm.
him to Las Vegas.
Which I love the Las Vegas scene because one, I love when he's like when he's dressed like shit and he's in Las Vegas. So I love when he goes in the doors and homie just walks his ass
Yep, there's a
right
dress
back
code.
out. And then, bro, he was knocking, bro. Venom was on that bullshit because he had butted the motherfucker, knocked the dude out. And he's like, "Why do you keep knocking people out?" But yes, dude, I love when
Well, the
I
first guy
fucking
was rude. The
oh,
second guy
absolutely.
pissed on him.
But I love that he had a gambling addiction.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you know what they do in those casinos?
What's up?
They pump in oxygen to keep people awake and alert and feeling more energetic. They pump oxygen into those buildings. So Venom was being affected by the oxygen, which is why he was acting more hyper. It wasn't that he had a gambling addiction.
Oh,
but
shit.
But that's how people get addicted. They get so used to the high of being in a casino. So I think that should be criminalized because it leads to gambling addicts. Because they're
Absolutely, yeah.
there, they feel better, which makes them associate gambling with feeling good.
Chill out.
What?
We can probably do a lawsuit. Just chill out. Don't say too much.
I cannot hear you. Yeah.
Be quiet because we can probably go to Vegas and then sue them. So keep that on the low because I don't want nobody else trying to take our idea. But yeah, man, Vegas.
Yeah,
we have to go
that's
there.
what they do in those buildings, and that's why Venom was being affected like that. That's why he was so overly hyped and feeling more energy.
Hey, I love Mrs. Chen.
Which introduced Mrs. Chen.
Hey, Miss Chen was looking good.
Yeah, the fact that you hear her, you know who she is, and they're like, "What? That can't be Mrs. Chen."
One, I love that Venom also has a great relationship with Mrs. Chen. Dude, that scene where they're dancing. One, like
when did you guys practice this?
Yes, when did they practice that? But even though I love the scene, I love the dancing and all that shit. By the way, I want a Venom and Chen movie. I want that. I ship them together. Venom and Mrs. Chen.
You look amazing. Excuse me, I've always looked amazing.
But the fact that you decided to let yourself be found because you wanted to dance was dumb as fuck. It was dumb as fuck. You know for a fact that this motherfucker was gonna come the second you go into Venom mode and you risk that for a dance.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing. I mean, the fact that
I don't blame him. Look at Mrs. Chen. I would have did it too, but
yeah, the fact that Mrs. Chen was in Las Vegas from San Francisco to be gambling. What are the odds of that? I didn't care. It was fun. She probably went on vacation right after handing Venom off to Anne. Because remember, that's the last time they were there. Because this is literally like a week after that whole film.
That is.
So she made her way to Las Vegas.
You are right. It really is. Like,
if you think about it that way, she must have had her tickets in advance, or she just wanted to run away because maybe the cops were after her too, talking to her about how she knew Eddie. And
regardless, you can't tell me this wasn't a good scene, though.
Yeah,
this is one of my favorites of the movie.
It was the stupid dancing scene that was just like you're being hunted.
Exactly. I was just like, bro, at least stop midway or something. But no, you kept going.
Like what I was thinking would make sense. You know that he can somewhat control Tom Hardy's body. I thought his head was going to pop out and he was going to use some tentacles to guide Tom Hardy's arms to basically force him to dance. That would have made more sense. But of course, they wanted to bring the thing in. It was like, oh, let's not move. It'll come after us. It can't see me right now. And then, of course, that thing runs away. But then, of course, because no matter... Okay, the reason why they did it is because no matter what, the soldiers were coming for Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
It's either the alien shows up first and breaks an opening for them, or they never dance and the soldiers still show up for Tom Hardy because they already knew he was in that building. It's just
It was
that.
just stupid. It was just dumb as fuck. But I still love them dancing. I thought that was great. And knowing how the movie ends, I'm kind of glad he got his last dance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where it came from. The whole title was to have your last dance with Mrs. Chin in
Yeah,
that
but this
beautiful red
basically
dress.
leads into the end of the film. But that's the thing. It was like, so the general asked for permission to get full control over Area 51. The person he asked for control for was the person that was standing in the dark room with nothing but monitors in front of him.
Mhm.
You never know who that person was. You never learn. Which is one thing that, because it's like, is that the bad guy? Is that another like whatever the scientist was from the first film? That villain was it another one of him?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was the boss. I just thought it was like his chief or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When it comes to these movies, I never thought I turn my brain off because
you kind of have to. I enjoy it for like the characters, I guess.
Because if you try to get too into it, like, well, this didn't make sense. They did that. They did this. You're gonna be mad in every movie. Just go in expecting some decent action and some good laughs from Tom Hardy and Venom. Really,
yeah. The laughs I can agree with. The action is.
That's why I said decent. You heard me say decent.
Is
there are some scenes that I like, but yeah, because
of course they introduce another alien that is unkillable.
By the way, I love that when that little Terminator dog, I forgot what the fuck it's called. It was like some xenomorph shit or whatever.
Something.
But yeah, when it eats people, it's a fucking grinder. The teeth are I was like, wait a minute, why does it sound like that? That is awesome. That is
the blood spatter sprays out the back of their necks.
This is probably the bloodiest one because of that.
Yeah. Because heck, there's even a scene in the final fight where it is halfway through eating someone and they pull him out of the creature's mouth.
Okay, that's what I thought, bro. I was like, wait a minute, his legs are gone, aren't they?
The symbiotes save him and the general. Remember, they saved him.
Yeah, I'd have been like, bro, don't save me, man. Just
but yeah, I mean, so I need to backtrack because I completely forgot about it. So when they're in the waterfall and Tom Hardy takes a life, that creature shows up and starts destroying the soldiers.
Yes.
Swallowing them whole. Their blood is being spewed out the back of the creature's neck. That's where the general basically just wants to kill them all. Just wants to kill them all. And that's where they end up talking to they're not talking to the cop. They're talking to the symbiote, who turns out to be a good guy now, because symbiotes are good. In the first film, they weren't trying to go up to space to bring back their army. No, that's just retcon. They're just saying, no, that never was a thing.
Yeah, they retconned the shit out there.
Yeah, and they're just like, okay, what's happening now is we're just trying to find a safe haven. We want to find a home. We want to live with you guys. We're on your side, as they kept saying during the final fight. We're on your side. We're trying to save you. We're trying to help you.
I don't know. Y'all got 3 movies. Y'all ain't got to worry about no multiverse shit, none of that. How can y'all not get it right? But I mean, okay, so I definitely agree with you when you were saying it's just like silly putty or whatever. Because when it is the action, now it's just all these colors, just going at this big thing.
Yep.
And then you got Tom Hardy on a motorcycle, CGI, the green screen, clear. Yeah, that's the whole fucking movie. All that shit is just green screen and just colors flying around.
Again, the only thing that makes the final fight enjoyable was the hippies witnessing the whole thing.
Hey, by the way, I love when he hit him with the bazooka. I'm sorry. I loved it.
Is the hippies, because they're like, oh, I wish I could see a real alien. The fact that he loves them so much, when he sees them, he's like, I freaking hate aliens. We're out of here.
Yep. Yeah, I love them. They're great characters.
Because the final fight, it's literally the soldiers driving around in cars in circles around the alien dog who's being pinned to the ground by several different colored symbiotes. It was aggravating because it's like it serves no purpose. And of course, the dog kept swallowing the symbiotes whole, spitting them out the back of its tail, his throat. like he did with the cop symbiote who tried to save him. But the scene where Tom Hardy escapes because the general wants to kill him because he finally got given full authorization. When the Christmas gives Venom to him.
Man, this is why I wish we could film the next day. I don't remember that shit at all.
You don't remember the Christmas having Venom in her body? This is before.
Oh yeah, because right when he shot or whatever, boom. Okay, yeah, I remember that. There we go.
And then Venom comes back, and that's when the thing attacks. Portal directly into the base.
Yeah.
And then of course the symbiote cop jumps out to Venom, run.
That's what sucks even more. He died as a fucking symbiote. Like he didn't even get like a proper death. Like,
most of the doctors
they did. I don't give a fuck about them. He was in the second one. They did his character dirty. His
character was dirty in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. But but then it's like he's getting to the end, and then you got Venom and Eddie saying their last goodbyes and shit. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little emotional.
Yeah.
I was just like.
Because the thing is, in all the films, it was Venom and Tom Hardy, Venom and Eddie that really carried everything from the beginning to the last dance. It is because I was thinking they were both going to sacrifice themselves. I was thinking like they were going to go out together. The fact that Venom tossed him out, I was like, no.
And then it's like the scene just kept going. It's just like, okay, he's about to die. Like with the acid and everything. Because, dude, he absorbs all. It was like 3 of them. He absorbed 3 of them motherfuckers. And has the acid all over him. I'm just like, okay, he's about to die.
4.
God damn. All right.
Yeah. So, and the fact that they had the famous painting, Michelangelo's painting of like he was about to touch the and he goes past him to cover him with like a shield because the acid was going to spill everywhere. But and of course the general got taken out.
Yeah, but I'm just sitting there thinking like, damn, he's done. And then it's still going. I'm like, oh, okay, it's it right there. Damn, it's still going. Like, hurry the fuck up and die.
Well, that's the one thing I like. So a lot of films, they make acid seem like it kills and melts immediately. They actually kind of did in this film too, where he's like melting a massive truck. It does not do that. It does not. No matter how corrosive it is corrosive, and it'll slowly burn through. Slowly. And that's what it's doing. It's slowly burning him. So he's literally being tortured to death. Yeah. As Venom is trying to save Eddie Brock. He is being tortured.
My boy Venom.
Yeah. And then like the saddest part. The saddest part is after all of that, after the final fight, Eddie wakes up in the hospital.
Oh hey, my God. Yes.
Hey friend. Hey bud.
That was so sad, bro. He was, you know what? As much as, like in the second one, he couldn't stand him and all that shit, bro. That's his only friend. That's like his only real friend. That's his brother. And the fact that he woke up, ready to talk to him. That hurt.
Yeah, because they introduced that they're both losers. Venom was a loser in his home planet, which turned out not to be the case. But
they
got along. They needed each other to help each other out, to carry each other along, to support each other. Eddie tried to give him rules to only eat bad people, kind of like the Dexter Morgan type of rules. And Venom tried to keep Brock confident in himself, support him in all his things he did. And it's just like he lost that. Yeah. And still he went to see Lady Liberty.
By the way, that whole little montage with the two of them.
I didn't care for it.
I wasn't feeling it, bro.
I didn't care for it.
They sitting there acting like, oh yeah, these are the best moments of Venom and Eddie.
Like, no.
Yeah, I was just like,
I just went through all those films. Those are not the best
moments. That's the thing, bro. Me too. I watched them all 3, and I'm just like, Now the Mrs. Chin and Venom dance. Okay, I give you that. And
Well,
then
if
this is the
anything,
thing. Remember, he's remembering this. So why the fuck do you know about that party that he went to?
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, you're remembering this. Like, come on.
yeah.
But
That's the thing is like I enjoy these films. I do. I mean,
Mhm.
I'd have to go out of my way to watch them, but if I watch them,
Yeah.
I'd watch them all just because I enjoy Tom Hardy as an actor.
Did this, but still though, after okay, all this shit that happened in this movie, does this shit still feel unfinished though?
Yeah.
Because
So,
bro, you think about it, Eddie Brock still ain't shit. He ain't got no girl. He got a job. He lost his best
of course,
friend.
his crime was expunged, so he's free to
Yeah.
walk around.
But still though, like there was like no progression. If anything, his life just kind of went down. Like,
Yep. Well, his life was down. He met Venom. It went up. He's lost Venom. It's gone down again.
so really, this is a shit ending for this character. It's a
Yep.
shit ending. Like they kind of did Eddie Brock dirty as fuck. And then his story, if he don't come back, is finished. But you got a main villain just sitting out there.
Yep.
It's just like this whole trilogy was just, it went nowhere.
Yeah.
This whole trilogy went absolutely nowhere.
It's like they introduced.
We're doing final thoughts. Go ahead. We're doing final
Okay.
thoughts. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
In this film, it's like they introduced their purple alien who's interested in stones. That's kind of like the Avengers film where they introduce that there is someone behind it all who sends Loki to Earth, and this is kind of the dogs are kind of like his Loki. They have it, but it's like
Atari, the aliens.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Perfect. Perfect.
Basically it. He's sending them to Earth, but it's literally the same thing. However, unlike in the Avengers where you have Loki, who's a thinking person with the brain, you just have the hunting dogs, and the hunting dogs don't really do much to the story. That's why I'm like, I enjoy it for the character development. I enjoy it for like learning the backstories of the scientists, of the general who changes his ways, of the hippies who decide that they hate aliens in the end. All the little things, the character dynamics, I enjoy. The action is subpar. It's never been enjoyable in the Venom films for me because it's just a lot of goop. It's a lot of silly putty just being crashed together. I mean, I was a kid once too. I did that as well, mixing my silly putty colors, or Play-Doh colors. So it's like, and of course, if you're the dog alien, you also ate your Play-Doh. But it's like that's all we get, because even in this film they have the aliens form together and become like two-headed creatures.
Okay, so when I saw, okay, I'm glad you mentioned that, because when I saw that, I thought that was Venom and the dog thing or something. I was so confused because, again, like you said, it was just so many colors. So I'm watching and I'm just like, hey, who was that? It felt like a Transformers movie where I didn't know who was the Decepticons or who was the Autobots.
Well, you know who the black Transformers were.
What's cracking, little bitches? I was like, man, racist.
The beat up trucks and cars,
right? Oh. But yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that bit too.
But yeah, but that's the thing. There's just so much of that crashing together that there's nothing that really matters in the fights. It's like, oh, colors are going at it. Okay, cool. But I enjoy them for the story, which is strange to say in a Venom film. But it's not the story itself, it's the characters. The story doesn't carry the film. The action doesn't carry the film. The characters do. First film, Tom Hardy and Venom. Second film, Tom Hardy and Venom. Carnage, Dan, even. And then the third film, it's the scientists, the soldiers, the Tom Hardy, Venom, the hippie family. They all, and Mrs. Chen, of course, in all the films, but they all do serve their purpose. I enjoy them because it's like a good class in how to create characters, because you can like them, well, and like in Anne's case, hate them almost immediately. You don't need much. You can have a few lines. You can have a cutaway sign that shows why the scientist became who she is. It was her brother's dream. but her brother passed away. Why does Christmas wear the Christmas tree? And I only call her, I don't know her real name. I just call her that because the general always called her that, and she wore a Christmas tree. Why did she wear that? It shows like character dynamics. I mean, heck, when I worked at the Buki, I wore a cock pin on my hat, a rooster pin, all the time. It was just funny. I wore it all the time. I have it somewhere.
I bet you do.
But yeah, it's all those little things that I enjoy it for, because I enjoy seeing characters which are done easily. It's simple, and you can like them for a matter of moments, within a matter of moments, and grow to like them over time, even because even the doctor, the scientist, you don't know if she's crazy or if she's actually good. She turns out to be actually good, because what she wanted to do was crazy, be friends with the symbiotes. That's what the first guy did in the first film. But remember, they also, this will be the last thing, they also introduced in the first film that symbiotes can't live in an oxygen environment. They have to be in an out in the atmosphere. They need a host to exist. What do? They just have them everywhere. Yeah. That's just it. They've retconned a few of the things they introduced in the first film.
I ain't know you. No, I ain't know you were still going.
Sorry,
but
you gave me free range.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start putting a time limit on these. So I'm about to say, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker about to go ahead and review every last one again.
Yeah.
But no, like I agree with damn near everything you said. I mean, it's crazy how Tom Hardy got a franchise that's completely fucking mid. Like if somebody say those movies are horrible, the most I say is it's not horrible, but if you hate it, I completely understand. Because the only thing that carries each movie, and I feel like that's a unanimous decision, is Tom Hardy and Venom. The first one, boring as shit. I honestly thought it was over 2 hours. I think this movie was below 2 hours. And the fucking bad guy, generic as hell, boring as shit. The final battle, I saw everything that was going to happen. Like I keep saying throughout the video, 2000s superhero movie. You could put this shit up there with Daredevil. But again, like I would check it out for Tom Hardy and Venom. Second one. I mean, same thing. But you know, they went a little more on the comedy, which I like. You got fucking Woody Harrelson, who's another actor that I like, playing the bad guy. So it makes it a little more enjoyable, and it's more violent. But again, though, what brings it home, like you kept saying, what brings these movies home is not the action or any of the cool things that they try to do. It's the characters. That's all it is. Now you said with the third one, the scientists and the general. I guess it's because I missed that scene.
Yeah.
Probably, but I didn't care about them one bit.
Yeah, if you honestly,
even if I saw that scene, I probably would have just been like, okay, I see why she's doing it. I see a connection. I still wouldn't care about them that much. I probably care about them a little bit more.
Yeah,
but I don't want to see a movie with Juno Temple as a fucking symbiote. I don't. She couldn't. We wouldn't get this. She's not holding a superhero movie. But then again, they got Dakota Johnson to be Madam Web, who I think can't act for shit. Why you think she's in 50 Shades?
Okay. Dakota Johnson was a terrible casting because Madam Web is like in her 70s in the Spider-Man movie.
I heard, yeah. Bro, so I can't believe you haven't seen Madam Web.
Yeah. But it's just whatever. They could have got the lady who played the scientist in this film to be Madam Web, and it would have been better. Because she's closer to the age, especially if you're trying to do prior. But one thing we didn't talk about was the post-credit scenes.
Okay, hold on. So the characters, like the only characters that I care for outside of Mrs. Chen and Venom and Tom Hardy was the family. I thought the family was great. They brought some laughs. Also some little emotional moments when you kind of see, Tom Hardy and Venom just kind of like, that's
sing along.
The sing along, the whole family bit. So I'm just like, I like that. But yeah, the final battle, while it was, something as entertaining, there was a lot of moments where I didn't even know who was who and what was being done. And then the fact that, the movie feels unfinished. It feels unfinished. If this is finished, then they did Eddie Brock dirty. His story is just fucking trash. His character development, there was none. I mean, he didn't get nowhere. It's like either die or I don't know, not die, but there's movies and shit or shows where a character is worse off than they were at the beginning.
Yeah,
I've seen that, but it's just the fact that his life is just kind of like this. It's just steady. It didn't go nowhere. So, and what I like is also Tom Hardy said in himself that he's still open to the idea of coming back as Venom because he wants to go against Spider-Man. So who knows? It's possible, but with Hollywood, you never know. But yes, this movie feels unfinished. But as a whole, I like the movies only for the two leads, Tom Hardy and Venom. It's enjoyable for that. If you gonna try to compare this to the better shit like Iron Man, Captain America, Avengers, or whatever, you're gonna be disappointed. So the post-credit scene, though.
Okay, so I thought, like you said, the first one was good. The second one served no purpose. I thought the other way around. The first one felt like it served no purpose. Why? Because they're introducing their Thanos, but their main person that's been carrying the Sony franchise is no longer in it.
It's like, imagine if at the end of Iron Man 3, oh, Thanos, but this is the last Iron Man. He said he's done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like I didn't care for that. I cared for more the bartender escaping and then showing because remember I mentioned earlier that the Christmas kept a part of all the symbiotes separate.
Yeah,
and then you see the cockroach approaching one of them. So I'm pretty sure they're all still alive.
Yeah,
just trying to find new hosts.
Hopefully so. Maybe Venom. Maybe we still have our same Venom.
Because you can't get rid of Venom, like, especially if you're gonna introduce it where there's like a worse guy behind the curtain. You can't get rid of your sole franchise that's bringing in the dough. Sony has really nothing else, especially live action.
Imagine this. This is what they did. Your main draw, your main fucking good guy, Venom. Your big A-list star, Tom Hardy. You give them 3 movies, and each one it's a shitty villain. You get, another symbiote, and then a fucking dog as the 3 villains. And then let's say Juno Temple is gonna be the next movie. She's gonna be the main villain, and then you give her Thanos. What the fuck type of shit would that be?
No, this is like giving like Kraven the Hunter's the next film, and during the Kraven films, it's the symbiote ultimate bad guy. You give him Thanos on his 3rd film, and it's like, wait a minute, you introduced this in Venom. Why is Kraven the Hunter fighting him? But whatever.
Yeah, but yeah. Now that I've seen all 3 of them, I probably ain't gonna ever watch them again no time soon.
Yeah, most likely not anytime soon.
I'll watch some clips. That's about as far as I go. To sit down and watch the whole movie, though, like you said, you bought it, man. I said, fuck it. Let me get stars for 3 months.
$3.
$3 a month. I take it.
Yeah. But like that's the thing, they're enjoyable for like a simple sit through. I enjoy it for like the characters, how to quickly write a relatable character or something like that. It's fine. It works for that. But literally, you've said it, I've said it. The action, you don't go for it for that. The freaking story, you don't go for it for that because there isn't much of it at all.
No. It's crazy that we made it. We got 3 Venoms, and each one, nothing has really changed. Oh. And if they gave us a 4th Venom with Tom Hardy again, we would still have the same thing to say. The action is whatever, the bad guy is trash, but Tom Hardy and Venom are good.
Yep.
I get them props on that. At least they can give us that.
Yeah, at least the casting was on point for that.
That's how you do with shit. That's how you give us good shit movies. Like, like bad movies that are good. That's how you do it. You give us something that's enjoyable that can keep the movie going.
Yeah, you need something that carries the audience forward, that keeps people entertained, and that really is Tom Hardy.
That's why he deserves the $20 million paychecks.
Yeah,
because even though I knew Venom was going to suck, I still went.
Yeah. Like, so the films are too short. Like, when I got my tickets, it says it's an hour and 50 minutes long. It ain't. It ain't. It was done within an hour and 30 minutes. It was literally done because it started 20 minutes. It started at 4 and it ended at. When did I message you?
My
It started
good
at 4:20 and it ended.
You said
at
it at
like
6. You said
6.
it ended at 6.
Yeah, it ended at 6. So it was like an hour and 40 minutes. An hour and 40 minutes. It said it was an hour and 50
yeah,
minutes.
you
And that's
text me.
including like
You text
10
me at
minutes
like
trailer.
9:08. Yeah.
That's including like 10 minutes trailer or 10 minutes of credits.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember you said it was getting ready to start. So I'm like, okay, it's about to start around 4:30. That's crazy.
Yep. It's a short film. And at the very end, it feels unfinished, like you said.
Oh, it's an hour 49. Yes, hour 49 minutes.
Yeah, it feels unfinished. It really does. I walked out wondering, like, what the heck was the point of that? It feels like it got to the first and second act, which is why I was shocked when it ended, because it felt like there should be another 20, 30 minutes left to the film.
Yep.
But yeah.
Okay, so right now the movie, let's see what movie made. Damn. It made 51 million opening weekend, which is low. Because they were projecting around 65. Hell, the first one made like 90 opening weekend. So it gotta make about 500 million to be successful. So
yeah,
it's kind of, who knows? I don't know. That's a tough one. Let There Be Carnage. That movie was 97 minutes. I think that was the shortest one.
Yeah.
And you don't get that many 90-minute movies no more.
No.
Like, okay, the first one was a hour and 52 minutes. But like, I'm trying to, what was the last 90-minute movie that I saw?
Probably a kid's film.
Probably, yeah, because even the Terrifier movies are over 2 hours.
Yeah, well, especially the most recent.
No, the third one is 2:08. The second one is 2:15. Oh yeah. You saw that with that 10-minute fucking dream sequence.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, cut this shit out. But yeah, I remember the days where you can go see a 90-minute Jason Statham movie, and then like the first 2 minutes he's whooping ass, and you're just like, wait a minute, the movie's over? Fuck, that shit was good. Like there used to be 90-minute movies that I watched 2 times in one day because the movie was so damn short. I'm like, I'm gonna just watch it again.
Yeah.
Now everybody want to sit there and push 3 hours. Like, I love John Wick Chapter 4. I love it. I think it's perfect. But damn, 2 hours and 47 minutes? Like, really? I really want to go 3 hours? Okay.
Especially for an action film. It's like, come on.
For an action film, yes. Where you could cut out a bunch of these scenes and you could have gave us a good 2 hour and it still would have been just as good. But I'm not complaining. I'll keep the extra hour.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, Sony, what is Sony going to do going forward? Because the only thing is they have their Sony animation.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking forward for the third film, but it's like, as for live action, Madam Web crashed and burned. Morbius crashed and burned. Kraven the Hunter, I mean, Russell Crowe's hit and miss. So
Kraven, I got a feeling Kraven is probably going to flop too. It'll do 100 million, but it's not going to.
Pretty sure, especially after the reception of Venom, which most people, let's be honest, are going to feel like
we got 3. Stop. We got 3 movies. Do you really think the reception is going to change anything? We got 3 of these movies. We got 3 Venoms. If they came out with 3 more, we're still going to see them.
Oh yeah, but that's because of Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's carrying that. But if Kraven the Hunter is an absolute, because just like the fan base is going to carry over, like the people who watch Deadpool and Wolverine aren't going to watch the Disney movie that comes out, the next one, because they don't care to. They only care to watch Deadpool and Wolverine for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, what Disney movie? Are you just talking about in general?
Their Marvel films. Just because one thing's good doesn't mean people are going to carry over. Of course.
Yeah, I hate when people say it's gonna they're gonna change it. Oh, they're gonna change MCU. They're gonna bring everybody back. No, I only went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm not going to see Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's like you have to give people what they want. And right now, I want more Tom Hardy and Venom. However, the problem is they've gotten rid of him. I'm going to go see Kraven the Hunter on the chance that they can continue a Venom-like at least character story, maybe improve on the action, especially since they're getting rid of the symbiote.
It's a straight up guy that's whooping ass and killing people. So hopefully that can be good.
Hopefully it's like a mix between the characters of Venom and the action of John Wick. If it's that, it's already going to be so much better.
Speaking of John Wick, did you know that we talk about they canceled Blade? Did we talk about this?
We haven't talked about it.
And it's crazy because one of the writers was like, this Blade movie was basically just going to be John Wick with vampires. When he said that, I was just like, oh, we messed up.
But okay, yeah. So the Blade movie that Disney was predicting for the longest time, it was 5 years on hiatus because after they announced it in 2019, right?
Yes, 2019, bro.
2019. So the Blade movie,
in 5 years, they restarted the whole fucking DCU. They're even about to we're even getting a Superman. We got so many DC properties. They ended it, they started it, and now they fucking canceled Blade. We couldn't even get that shit off the ground.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like Wesley Snipes could still do the role. I am someone who would go watch another Wesley Snipes Blade film.
Absolutely, bro. I feel like a lot of people would. Like, especially with how technology is now, the action scenes will be fucking outstanding if they can do it right. Keep it R-rated too.
We will need to do a podcast on the Blade films.
Oh, I'm down.
The only thing
we don't stop. We didn't yet.
No.
Oh, we're okay. If we do that, we got to watch the shitty ass TV show too. I think it's like one season. We got to.
So we would still be having those Blade films if, sadly, Wesley Snipes didn't get so far up his own rear end.
Yeah, especially since that's the only movie he was doing at the time. It's like, motherfucker, you're not making $50 million a picture, bro. These movies they're doing good, but they're doing not even above 200 million. So
it was sadly his own actions that made him run away to Canada and killed his own career in the franchise because the film just didn't hit as well as the first two. There was no way because he was being high on his rocker. He was like, I'm the best of all. I can't share the limelight with these other actors. I'm not going to be put on screen with them. Just having a hissy fit, which ruined the franchise in total because those could have continued for a long time. Just getting more and more action packed. They could have done that.
I'm still mad that we didn't get the original Blade 3 with Blade in the future and vampires completely taking over.
Yep,
man. It's like that movie Daybreakers. Is it Daybreak or Daybreakers?
Daybreak.
Yeah. Like, bro.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, like imagine just Blade just walking down it. Imagine Blade just walking down the street and everybody just looking at him like he's just like, oh, that's just like a fucking he's like a fucking bum or something. Like, oh, it's Blade. Look, he's still running around trying to take out vampires. He's not a threat. He's looked at as a joke. Just imagine that shit.
Yeah.
They let Blade live to see his failure. Ooh.
In I remember we had this discussion when they announced Mahershala Ali. I was not feeling it. I was not.
No, and I like Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, I like him as an actor, but I'm like, to fill Wesley Snipes' shoes, those films, as cheesy as they were with their animation, that they knew what they were doing. They absolutely knew what they were doing. There's no way Disney would know what they're doing.
Yeah, man. You see, the problem is some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Hey, what'd he say? Motherfuckers are still trying to ice skate uphill. I was like, bro, Wesley is back. But no, they would not know what to do. I don't even think it would be as dark as it was. Like, they try to make it rated R, but just the violence alone, they just try to no. Blade was also a fucking horror movie. Like a lot of that shit, bro. Like there was a scene where he's driving, and it's also how they cranked up the camera too. Like everything was just going like real fast and shit. But it's like as he's driving by, you just see a random hooker getting eaten by a vampire.
Yep.
That shit was scary, bro. Number 2 got some scary shit too. So I don't think Disney would do that with Blade. Like Blade was action, but it was also horror, especially when Guillermo del Toro came in, bro. Like honestly, I felt like you could bring in Hellboy into Blade 2. That's how much that world felt like Guillermo del Toro. Blade 2 is easily the best one.
Good.
Blade 2 is great. I fucking love that movie, bro.
It doubled down on what made the first one successful.
The action, oh my god, bro.
Like
you get gunfights, sword fights.
Yeah, we've discussed it. Like they had one script where it wasn't going to be Blade who was the main character, but his daughter or niece. It was going to be called Blade, but they've had 5 writers all left. They had 5 directors all walked out. Mahershala Ali was threatening to walk out, which I'm guessing he finally is going to, because
I don't blame him.
It's we've talked about it. It's not happening. It's just not happening.
Imagine you get hired for. Imagine you get hired for a job and then your ass is still stuck at home waiting to start for 5 fucking years. That reminds me of Chipotle. Yeah. You know what happened after that?
That reminds me of Noodles and Company.
Yeah. Oh my God, Noodles and Company.
I was like, dude, I transferred over. What's going on?
And then when he finally pushed you on the schedule, it was on the week that you said you were going to be gone for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
You're like, when I put him on the schedule, I'm like, bro. Which, by the way, why the fuck didn't you just go in there and talk to him? Why was I relaying the messages?
I don't remember.
Yeah, grow up, bro. Take your ass down there. What was I thinking? I thought about that years later. Like, hey, bro, this is your fucking job, bro. Like, why am I over here? Hey, he said he can't do this. He said he can't do that. What the fuck do I look like?
Yeah, I messaged him, but he would never respond to my messages.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was like, okay, whatever.
But yeah, so yeah, Blade, yeah. Like I said, I like Mahershala Ali. I thought he was great as Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. But him as Blade, even though I would have liked to see what he would have done, I still went to Wesley Snipes because we still could have did something. Y'all getting all these fucking. You got a 60-year-old Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. You can get a 60-year-old to come back as Blade.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be so much cheaper. Character. You getting y'all paying Robert Downey Jr. like what? Damn near $200 million or some shit like that to do those movies, bro. You can get Wesley Snipes probably $20 million to do 3 more Blades.
Just like bringing Brendan Fraser back to play Rick O'Connell.
Brendan Fraser, like the razor. We got to put respect on his name. I'm sorry, that's Brendan Fraser. That's Rick O'Connell. Well, that's Adam. Just Adam.
Yeah. You can bring him back to play his role in modern times, even. But that's the thing. It's like you could bring him back to play that, and again, make it a mummy film or even you can start a MonsterVerse with him.
We talk about this every time.
yeah, but it's just like one of those things. You can always bring specific people back for roles.
Don't forget, we got Indiana Jones. We got 80-year-old Indiana Jones.
But again, that movie was done by Disney.
But I'm saying, like, still though, like, if you could bring back an 80-year-old Indiana Jones, you can bring back a 60-year-old Blade.
This is the thing I'm not happy about with. So Harrison Ford has only agreed to come back for his classic roles only if they'd kill him off. He only agreed to come back for Star Wars if they killed him off. He only agreed to come back to Indiana Jones if they'd kill him off. He's only agreed to come back to those iconic roles if they'd kill him off.
Indiana Jones is still alive, and also his character in Blade Runner is still alive.
Yeah. But in all 3 of those films, he became a deadbeat father. Because they did kill him. Because in the original shooting, he was left in Pompeii.
Which movie?
The Indiana Jones. Okay. In the original shooting. It got so much because she took his hat and left because she was gonna take his place.
By the way, did you see that Indiana Jones movie? That shit was so boring. It was so boring. And y'all was talking shit about. No, I'm looking dead at you. Y'all was talking shit about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and then y'all get Dial of Destiny. Don't you dare tell me Dial of Destiny was better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh,
Dial of Destiny was so trash. It was so boring.
Heck no.
The bad guy. I love Dr. Jones. Fuck yeah. Give me some more Kate Blanchett with that hard ass was it Russian accent or whatever? The way she pronounced her W's. I fucking love Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Give me Shia LaBeouf swinging with some monkeys, damn it. Give me the whole psh, psh, psh. Fuck anybody that sit here and try to, oh yeah, he jumped in a motherfucking refrigerator. And y'all giving us fucking 12 Fast and Furious movies. Y'all cool with Tyrese and Ludacris going to space, but y'all mad that Indiana Jones got in a refrigerator to escape a bomb? But Vin Diesel could sit here and hold up fucking 60 dudes with just his fucking arms?
Okay, I I don't care for the Fast and Furious franchise.
And those are two different franchises, so...
Yeah.
But still,
more
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And then y'all talking shit. Motherfucker, they got, him walking on invisible steps in Last Crusade and
there are only
face
3
melting.
Indiana Jones films. There are only 3.
There's 4. 4. Sorry. 4. There's 4. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull go hard. I like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull better.
But
I like it better than Temple of Doom.
The one thing that made Kingdom of the Crystal Skull good was like the ending where he basically had a family. What'd they do at the beginning of Dial of Destiny?
That was bullshit. Yeah,
it was like you just made him no. Now he's getting. It's just like again.
It ended perfectly. It ended perfectly, bro. Like, why was y'all like just let it end right there? But nope, you had to give us another one, and then he's just his girl is gone, his son is dead. I'm just like,
yeah, we're gonna get another South Park episode where they're like they did it to Indiana Jones.
And by the way,
it's not
what's up with Homeboy always playing a little trash ass villain? You know who I'm talking about because he's in this movie too as the secondary villain.
Mads?
No, not Mads. His henchman, his main dude.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Harbrook? Something Harbrook or whatever. He was the bad guy, the nigga with the robotic arm and Logan. He is always playing. I don't like him.
Yeah, the Malfoy lookalike.
He always just like he looks like a cool motherfucker. Actually, he's cool. He's cool in Tulsa King. You got to watch Tulsa King. It's Sylvester Stallone as a gangster. He gets out of jail after spending 25 years in that bitch, and then his crew sends him to Tulsa. And then once he start making moves, making money, now everybody want a piece of Tulsa. They got Frank Grillo in season 2. So hey. Y'all got Paramount Plus? Watch Tulsa King. That shit is fire. And you got Sylvester Stallone getting high. Seeing him high on some gummies is funny. I love it.
but getting back to how this whole thing started, I'm glad that Blade is not happening.
Absolutely.
If you're going to continue Blade, just bring Wesley Snipes back. Not until the day Wesley Snipes dies or he's too old to do any of it. And it's proven in Deadpool and Wolverine that there is no other Blade and he's not too old for the role.
Because everybody, that's the main thing that everybody fucking was talking about.
Deadpool, Wolverine,
Blade. Yep. Yeah, they talked about Gambit. Like everybody was like, yeah, Gambit, but Blade. And he looked good as Blade. Like I was like, bro, that boy ain't losing a step. Yeah. He looked even cooler. Now, the only thing I didn't like was the fact that he had a machete instead of a sword. But you know what? He's older. You know what I'm saying? He got different equipment. I'm not tripping. He got to bring the sword back. The shit he wore was kind of like Blade Trinity. Because wasn't it with black and red, right? Wasn't it red? Yeah, it's Blade Trinity. But yeah, that new attire, I was like, bro, they just upgraded Blade. I'm fucking with this look. So yes, y'all can give us another Blade. And guess what? If they gave us another Blade, that's an easy box office success.
Yeah.
People are going to go see Blade before they go see some bullshit Captain Marvel. Like, even Doctor Strange is falling. So you know what?
Or
bring us back somebody we love.
Or some BS Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that should be good.
And
by the way, I just said even Doctor Strange is falling. Doctor Strange multiverse made like almost $1 billion, so they good. But yeah, Thunderbolts, that's about to flop.
People were expecting it to be good because it came out.
No Way Home.
Yep. And they were like, oh, they're introducing the multiverse.
Like,
and
bro, like this is right when I was getting ready to start trucking because Alex, 1 minute I'd be going out this week and he's like, no, it's gonna be the next week. I was trying my hardest. I was praying that it was gonna be that Monday after Doctor Strange. I'm like, bro, this is the multiverse of madness, man. It's gonna be so much wild shit, bro. I can't wait. I walked out that movie like, bro, this movie was some bullshit because of my expectations. Y'all did it with the title. Y'all gave us some multiverse shit after No Way Home. When we saw the returns, of Andrew, of fucking Toby, of fucking Dr. Octavius, of One of the best villains of all time, Norman Osborn, Willem Dafoe. And then we get Black Captain Marvel. We get sexy ass Peggy as Captain America. We get Reed Richards, played by Jim, and then we get Professor X, who y'all already spoiled, and then they're taken out just like that. Yep. Like, y'all took out Captain Marvel, who was supposed to be able to beat Thanos. Remember, Captain Marvel took down an entire shit by herself, but she died because of a statue crushed her. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Imagine somebody shoot your ass in the foot and you can still walk around and kick and everything, but you fucking stub your toe and it fucking breaks.
Are you talking about Sleepless? Yeah, you're talking about the film Sleepless there. And the fact that they were trying to seed a sequel.
Oh my God. Hey, boss, we got a problem here. Hold on. Hey, boss, we got a problem here.
Yeah, the fact that they forced these things, everyone became so fascinated with it. The sad thing is the way the Marvels started with Iron Man, they hinted at a sequel. They did it perfectly. DC tried to rush it. Same thing with that the Mummyverse they tried to create.
Oh my God, bro. They were forcing all of that.
They just kept forcing it. And with just Tom Cruise running. That was it. Just Tom Cruise running, which they kept showing in the trailer. So you just watch the trailer, you've seen the movie. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just they keep trying to force the same thing that worked with Marvels.
Mm-hmm.
But again, nobody knew the Marvels was going to be a franchise. It was seeded. Like, nobody knew about the post-credit scene until like the third film had come out.
Right. But all right, because we've had this conversation a million times before. I swear, you could probably go through our old videos. Oh, yeah, Nick Fury at the end, and we didn't know. I swear, but we didn't know.
I am glad that Blade is no more. I am glad, especially for Mahershala Ali's career.
Yeah.
At this point in time, it's not safe to do a Disney movie. It is not. It's normally a career crusher at this point.
Absolutely.
You get stuck in a loop for 5 years of writers and directors showing up to work on the same film, always to give up because they realize it's not going to work out because Disney doesn't know how to do a Blade film. Disney doesn't know how to do film. Their Agatha series, their Miss Marvels, their Multiverse of Madness, everything after Infinity War has been trash.
Yeah.
Endgame was okay, but I have my issues with that. I don't like time travel. Yeah, but yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I can go in circles. I could talk about other crap, but
and everybody know the best time travel movie is Die Hard. So
Terminator.
Die Hard.
But
full
of messes there. Full of messes.
By the way, before we head out, I saw a video of I guess because it was the date, October 18th, right? That's the date. Everybody was crowded around like the little parking lot or whatever where the DeLorean, I was about to call it the Mandalorian, where the DeLorean, goes, and then somebody dressed up as Marty McFly is coming down with the music playing and the skateboard. It was a cool little moment.
Nice.
Classic. Back to the Future is a fucking classic. We did a Back to the Future.
No, we did sequels.
Yeah, we did. Okay, we did.
Yeah. Not Back to the Future.
I like Back to the Future 2 the best, but the first one is the best movie.
Oh yeah.
Number 2 is my favorite. The first one is the best. Number 3, I feel, is overrated. I don't know why people love number 3.
They just wanted to have another film. That was it.
But yeah, number 1.
The Wild West.
Yeah.
But I got to say, the Glad Blade's gone, and the Thunderbolts looks like trash.
Oh, it does. I'm gonna go see it, of course, but again, low expectations.
It's gonna be like the Eternals.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that. Too many.
By the way, he did play Blade. He played Blade in the Eternals. That was his voice in that post-credit scene. So that was his only scene as Blade, a fucking off-screen voice. But hey, as a smart person,
nobody remembers.
right.
We can easily be cut.
But as a great man once said, there's only one blade. There's only gonna be one blade. Y'all take care.
All right, I guess we're good. And remember,
Yeah, I was.
one
no,
tool, one tool
no.
equals 2 tools.
I'm glad you're. I'm glad you were breaking on. I'm glad you were breaking up when you said that
Yeah,
shit.
we're both breaking up. Oh well, we're 2 tools.